Question Queen here. I have 10 inquiries on my credit report. Some of them were not approved by me at the time. They were run with a credit analysis. Do you think it's possible to get rid of them? Not with me with a credit analysis. My credit analysis does not cover getting credit work done, right? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean to store it to save versus to invest, and not to just have it sitting in the bank, being idle, right? Money should be moving. But no, the credit analysis does not cover that. The credit analysis first gives you the steps of what to do, right? If you want the consultant, it tells you what needs to be repaired or restored in your credit report. You may not think this is accurate, but most people don't know what needs to be done and how it needs to be done, right? Some people will, for example, delete an entire account for one late payment, right? And then, they should have just disputed that one late payment so they can keep their current payment history. Some people dispute old dormant accounts that is no longer factoring in a credit score, and that damages their credit more than hurt it. Some people dispute in a way that it causes a fraud alert to be on their credit report. Some people don't put signatures on their dispute or template letters. Some people don't sign with the right ink. When they do their affidavits, is what I do, affidavits. And some people just don't follow up. They don't give me the affidavits I request. So, the analysis is just to tell you what you need if you want to continue with the consulting, what the affidavit needs to look like, right? If you want to become a client, I give you an example of the affidavit in order to begin the process and the steps you have to take, right? Listen, the reason why many people have bad credit is because they want a hands off when it comes to understanding business and business practices, right? They're not on top of their bills sometimes in most cases, or something has happened to them in which they're not in a position to keep and maintain good credit. But credit is not for the lazy. Credit is not for the follow-up, right? I get people that email me sometimes from 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm like, why am I just hearing from you? If I communicated with you in May or June, I'm just not hearing from you in October, right? Credit is not for the lazy. It's not for the people. It's business. It's business, right? And so I tell people all the time, and I'm on a credit thing, that if you cannot scan and email documents, because you have to understand that when the credit agency communicate with you, right, you have to communicate that with me. I don't have access. Credit is an identity protection program. So you have to know how to follow up, and you have to change your practices of how you conduct business. And you have to forever operate that way if you want to continue to maintain good credit, right? You says, will it give you a plan? Do you mean, will it give you an outline of how to get those inquiries deleted if you didn't approve them, right? Because every inquiry must have your permissible purposes in order to do a hard pull on your credit. So I don't know what type of plan that you're looking for, but it will give you a price, right? If you want to consult with me, it give you a price. I give you a price, and I give you a procedure of what you need to provide to me, give you examples and what needs to be done. And I tell people all the time, when it comes to credit repair and restoration, you need to have this mindset, right? You need to have this mindset. Yeah, Gwen, it is great, glad to have you back. Thank you, Jesus. Um, no, I don't tell people for $125 how to get rid of inquiries. That knowledge is way more than that, and so that's how much the investment for the credit analysis is. It's just 125. So that knowledge is way more than $125 investment. So no, it does not. No, it does not. So, but I can tell you that trying to remove hard inquiries with accounts that are open is not a very good idea, right? Because the company could close the account, and oftentimes, if you're saying you did not give them your permissible purposes, then you may have to file an identity theft report, right? Which would also cause a fraud alert. So that's a very skilled and tedious not background knowledge of how to do that. So no, it won't give you the plan for that investment. And so back to what I was saying before I told Gwen, hello. I tell people have this mindset about credit, right? If you get a letter in the mail about collection and they give you 30 days to validate, and if you do not exercise your right to validate that collection within 30 days, it is placed on your credit report. Um, some collections are placed on your credit report at the time that they are sending you a notice that it's a collection, and they place it on your credit report at the same time. So if you have 30 days to validate it, I tell people all the time, have that mindset that it should take me at least 30 days, right, to get this account deleted, right? But if it takes you 6 months before a bankruptcy to go through the bankruptcy process, right, or 6 months before a credit card of non-payment is considered a charge-off, then you should have the mindset that this may takes. Now, I'm not saying it can't be sooner, but have that mental mindset that this could be a 6-month process of getting it deleted, because that's how long it took before it evolved into a charge off. It took 6 months of non-payment, right? And I'm saying this to say this, even if you do month-to-month credit repair, people, on average, that's like a 10 to 12 month process when people pay month to month, right? Oh no, let me know if Dallas make that field goal. My dad is gonna be happy, but I won't. And so let me know if they make it. Thank you for the update. Um, and so even with bankruptcy, it's you have a 10-year sentence of that bankruptcy remaining on your credit report. So even if it took a year or 2 years for deletion, right, that's better than 10 years of remaining, right? So Jesus asks, thank you, Queen, for that $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Gwen. Thank you for supporting the channel. And what people don't understand is that when you support the channel, that gives me more opportunity and time to research, or even if I have to purchase a book to give you this knowledge, right, then it enhances my knowledge, allows me to reinvest so that I can bring this information to you. So let me get to Jesus' question. Jesus asked, so thank you so much, Gwen. Oh, the Cowboys won. All right. So they do have that starting quarterback is injured. Jesus says, so does the credit analysis almost doing like an estimate. It entails an estimate, but this is what the credit analysis also provide. It gives you education on credit reports, raising your credit score and rebuilding your credit, right? Education on credit reports, raising your credit score and rebuilding your credit. It gives you or provides you your current credit scores, a summary of all inaccurate negative accounts, right? So a summary of all inaccurate negative accounts. It also gives you a detailed summary of all accounts that went negative within the first 24 months and an explanation of why that's high risk, right? Because they are at this point causing the most damage to your score. According to FICO, negative accounts within 24 months up to date lower your score the most, right? It also gives you accounts that creditors can sue for that fall within the statute of limitations, right? So it lets you know what accounts are still under the statute of limitations and which creditors can sue. It gives you key factors regarding your credit, a detailed list of inaccurate accounts, and a plan of action. So that's what a plan of action and the next steps to restoring your credit comes with the estimate of what the plan of action will consist of and the estimate along with it. So step-by-step plan of action, really how you can achieve your credit goals. And and that's just to me, just for $125 low investment. It gives you your creditor names, no phone numbers are included, but all your creditor, your collection names, your types of accounts, the types of loan you have, who is responsible for each loans, the date of open, your date status, the history of your accounts, so that's pretty much in a nutshell what it covers, right? And it gives you, like I say, everything up to date. It lets you know what accounts within that window is hurting or damaging your credit score the most. So a lot of people don't know, for example, what a FICO score is. They don't understand that it's a 3-digit number that's built from the information contained in the credit report. FICO score is like a math equation. So it gives you a summary of all your negative accounts, payment history, the amount of debt that you carry, the length of your credit history, the amount of new credit you apply for, and the type of trade line